So ladies and gentlemen, I think two things have become very apparent. The first one, the setup for the videos recently has changed. For those of you that don't know, I'm actually out in America at the moment. That's why there's more echo with the video, etc, etc. But don't worry, in a few days it will be back to normal. Secondly, companies in this stunning and brave age we're in never seem to learn, or they just refuse to. You know, I think I speak for everybody here and across the world. We are so tired of this woke nonsense, but these brands, these companies just insist on going in the direction of insanity, especially when it comes to using men who identify as women to push certain products. And as you can see with this video, I don't need to go on and on and on with the intro. We're going to be talking about JDhillon Mulvaney once again, because once again a brand, this time Paul Gaultier, have teamed up with the trans influencer to promote a women's product, but it's not women's clothing, it's women's perfume. A male being paid to push women's perfume. Guess it makes total sense in this backwards world we're in, right? But as I alluded to, I spoke about another similar situation involving JDhillon Mulvaney recently, where Versace decided to collaborate with JDhillon Mulvaney to promote women's clothing. Wow, how stunning, how brave. What's even funnier about that is Versace sales are down 15%, and their best move was to use a trans influencer wearing their women's clothing in the hope, I guess, more people would go ahead and buy their clothing. Again, it makes total sense in this backwards world we're in, right? No, it's just what everybody wants to see. It's what women want to see. You know, men being paid to promote women's products, because that's going to make them go out and buy them. But when women see that, they're like, wow, I really want this. I want this item that this man is being paid to promote. No, let's just get into this recent collaboration involving JDhillon Mulvaney. Now, before I do though, if you could, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, and libs of TikTok, post on X. Paul Gaultier had JDhillon Mulvaney do a sponsorship for their women's perfume. The perfume he's advertising is described as peak femininity, and this is peak insanity. You can't make this up. Why is a perfume company hiring a man to advertise a women's perfume and lecture women on femininity? Yeah, and I completely agree. And let's check out this image they provide describing the perfume. Peak femininity, radiant, intense, and sensual. The woman celebrated by Gaultier is as bright and powerful as the sun. An untamed queen, she radiates unequaled intensity in her new corset. More dazzling than ever. This is so weird reading this out. Let your femininity shine through with Gaultier Divine Le Parfum, Paul Gaultier's new fragrance for women. So according to whoever greenlit this brand deal, and let's be honest, it's probably the company as a whole, thinks this can be applied to men who think they're women. Actually, let me just correct myself there. These people genuinely think men can become women. This is an insult to every single woman and anybody with common sense, because they are telling you men who identify as women, like JDhillon Mulvaney, are in the same group as actual women. And they can be in the same group when it comes to womanhood and femininity. I don't know what's going on this planet anymore, I really don't. Anyway, let's check out this very amazing video JDhillon Mulvaney posted for this women's perfume. Take a watch.
I'm Dylan. I'm here in the desert in Morocco with Paul Gaultier's Divine fragrance. This is a camel, and I'm gonna ride it now. Okay. Arch that back, girl. Woo! Ooh. I think it smells a little. I think we might need some Divine by Paul Gaultier. Oh, I lost the cap. We lost the cap. Will you see if there's a cap down there?
Yeah! Paul Gaultier! Divine! Yes!
Those are my girls. We're in the brat pit together. Rat pit. We're sweat tour? No, rat.
I'ma make you work, make you work, make you work.
So I think apologies are in order here. I don't do this often, but what the F was that? The cringe on display there is on a whole nother level. I do apologize about your eyes and ears. They're probably damaged right now. Mine are going to be when I go ahead and edit this back. Wish me luck. This is what brands think is great marketing and will send people out there to go and buy their products. It doesn't take a genius to work out. It doesn't. Yes, they might get publicity, but the publicity they get makes people hate them and go shop somewhere else. I don't know who's working for these companies, but they're obviously coming up with some of the most brightest ideas we've ever seen. It's like these companies, such as Versace, Paul Gaultier, haven't heard of Bud Light. Now, of course, they're never going to reach the same controversy as Bud Light, but you risk alienating a large portion of your demographic, a large portion of your customers, just so you can cater to the 1%. And they do this just so they can be seen as, I don't know, inclusive and push the woke agenda. And people will say, well, why do you care about this? Why do you care about these brands using people like JDhillon Mulvaney? And I'll tell you, because when they do this, they are normalizing the idea that men who identify as women are actually women, which then, as a result, insults not only mine, but everybody's intelligence. This agenda, as we have all seen for the last few years or so, has become so destructive to society. Yet again, these companies, these brands just insist on pushing it onto everybody. I tell you now, it's just all about conditioning people into thinking men can actually be women. But let's check out some of the replies to the post Libs of TikTok put out on X. This is genuinely the worst piece of marketing content I've seen in my entire life. Even if you throw out the trans issue entirely, no one is going to buy this because of the content shown here. This is so bad. Because we've entered an era where mocking women is sold as inclusivity, Paul Gaultier didn't hire JDhillon Mulvaney to celebrate femininity, they hired him to parody it, to reduce womanhood to a costume, a performance, a brand strategy, peak femininity. This is a man who built a career prancing through womanhood like it's a TikTok filter. Yeah, think about that. This man is in the position he's in because of the Days of Girlhood TikTok series where he mocked women every single day. Now brands are collaborating with him to promote women's products. That tells you all you need to know. That's not representation, it's appropriation with a marketing budget. Women don't need lectures on femininity from men in drag. They need their identity respected, not replaced. But demon rats feel otherwise. And finally, somebody says, boycott. I mean, that would be great to see, right? And these people all make great points. I just don't know what it's gonna take for these companies to realize that this is not what people want. People are tired of it. It just seems like there's something else at play here, something sinister, because people aren't going ahead and buying products because they're using a trans influencer to promote women's products. Because apart from scoring those good old points and wanting to look inclusive, I don't know how this really helps their brand in the short term and the long term. I personally thought the culture was shifting and changing, you know, with Trump getting elected. I thought we were going to head in a new direction, but clearly we are still in a time of left is right, up is down, and common sense is going to be forever hard to find. But leave your thoughts down below, ladies and gentlemen, on this new brand deal and Paul Gaultier mocking women. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description. But until next time, it has been your host JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace. Man, my voice.